And now Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Paul Bean.
All right, let's start one more time with that frost advisory because this is the biggest news story for weather moving towards tonight. Until 9 a.m. tomorrow, expect to see frost on your cars, frost on the ground, and if you have any plants, make sure they're covered because they will be susceptible to that as well. Now, that is up near Rexburg all the way down to Blackfoot, so the whole upper Snake River Plain, as well as all the way out into the desert near Arco. So it is a pretty large area that is seeing this frost advisory, although it has receded from Pocatello. We were actually within it last night. Now, moving forward, that is going to start to move smaller as well because we are starting to warm up. We're starting to get more of a fall-like weather moving forward. And of course, while the Teton's still seeing some of that scattered snow all the way through Swan Valley, Jackson, all the way down the border, up in the Snake River Plain, we've already cleared out, and I'll show you why. As we zoom out, we see this low-pressure system over Wyoming. Now, you can see that nice rotation right there, and a lot of that precipitation is in the front half of that system. Now, that is moving forward, and we are still getting some of it in the Teton areas. You can see it rotating towards the border, but for the most part, that is moving out. We're going to start to warm up, and we're going to start to see clear skies again. So we're going to be closer to that fall-like weather before you know it as we move forward into this week. Future tracker not showing much going on except a lot of clouds, a couple scattered storms over near Driggs and Jackson, closer to Afton as well. But moving forward, it's going to start to improve. It's definitely going to be a little bit warmer, and while it doesn't start until tomorrow, seeing temperatures closer to those low 30s here in Pocatello, and that freeze advisory will continue on. So definitely be at least aware of that, because as you wake up in the morning, it is going to be a cold one, and you might have to warm up your car because you are going to have some frost on it. Now, moving over to the Central Mountains, they've already started to clear out. Scattered clouds for tonight, but still seeing that rain-snow mix in the highlands. So continuing to see that winter weather, even though we are starting to warm up. Finally, for the highlands in western Wyoming, moving into tomorrow, scattered precip here and there, but they're the only ones getting it. So 50 degrees Island Park, 51 Jackson. Central Mountains, once again, still clear, 57 in Chalice, 52 in Salmon. Only seeing those clouds, so mostly cloudy moving through that region. Then finally, in the Snake River Plain, it stays cold, but it is a little bit drier. We're not seeing anything of rain. We're not seeing any of that wintry mix. So it is going to be an improvement. And look at some of those temperatures. We're slowly clawing our way back up. 61 in Pocatello, 60 in Idaho Falls compared to those mid to low 50s we were seeing throughout this last week. Speaking of the week, 7-day forecast is actually looking pretty decent. Take a look as we move into Tuesday, Wednesday, seeing that nice warm up to those upper 60s, Thursday, Friday into those 70s. And while the weekend does kind of flounder a little bit, starting to move back down to those upper 60s, we're staying clear. So we're going to have more of that fall cold instead of that winter cold we've grown accustomed to over the last week. It's been pretty rough, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, as the saying goes. Idaho Falls, very similar, warming up to those upper 60s very quickly. Mid 60s for next weekend. The Teton area, seeing a little bit more in the way of rain tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of snow here and there, and a little bit at the end of the week on Sunday as well, but staying closer to those mid-60 range, so will be more of an improvement on the week. And then finally for the Central Mountains, sticking to those upper 60s. And while I do love the snow personally, as we move forward, it's kind of nice to see fall.
Yes,
we kind of
nice to get the fall. Leaves aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
So, all right, thank you very much, Paul.